Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. Here we're looking at a 2008 Toyota Crown Hybrid. This one here, a rear-wheel drive sedan with a hybrid Synergy drive, kind of like a Prius in a regular car body. Comes with a 3.5 liter, I think it's a 2GR engine. And so that engine itself puts out 280 horsepower. And then the hybrid, I don't know, I guess we'll have Max in the office or Grant in the office check that out. I think probably somewhere a little bit north of 300. It's probably somewhere in the range of like 310 to 320, maybe 300 even. Here we have 108,614 kilometers. In this video, we'll just check the condition of the car compared to the vehicle's auction inspection sheet. Now, the vehicle mechanically is all good, except for the battery needs to be replaced. And since it's a hybrid battery, it's a little bit more expensive. It's not the hybrid battery, it's the regular battery in the hybrid, but it is still a little bit more expensive because it needs to cycle on and off frequently. And so they have a slightly different battery. You have to buy it direct from, well, we prefer to buy it direct from Toyota or Lexus or wherever else you get them from. Here is the auction inspection sheet, and I'll go ahead and translate this for you. It's a 2008 Crown Hybrid. 3.5 liter engine, octane 4B. I think they're being a little bit too nice on the grade here. I would say this is more like a 3.5B. The interior is excellent. The exterior has plenty of scratches. And while they were all outlined here on the body, I feel like maybe there's a couple more than were outlined here. But overall, I feel like it's maybe too many scratches to be a grade 4. Now, do be aware that the grade here is basically just your jumping off point. Basically, you can use this as a way to filter the vehicles. If you're looking specifically for a good car, then go for only grade 4s. But then you have to look at the sheet. You can't rely on this grade because there are some good 4s, great 4s, so-so 4s. You know, they come in all sorts of different conditions depending on what your personal criteria is for the vehicle. And the inspector has a little bit of, you know, some inspectors might be a little bit more strict than others. Okay, so the sales points here are original Navi with TV and reverse camera. Leather seats inside. They're actually heated seats for all 4 of the seats in this one, which is very cool. Or 4 of the 5, I suppose. Power seats. Also power seats for 4 of the 5 seats as well. So you have rear power seats in this one. Smart key, original alloy wheels. They're unfortunately in pretty bad condition. Toll collection box for Japanese highways. The report here says battery is dead. And sure enough, you needed to jump start it. But once it's started, it'll still cycle through its on-off engine. So it is still okay to jump start, but probably a good idea to get it changed. Hence why we recommend replace the battery on this one. Seat wrinkled and wear. Typical of a leather seat. They're not too worn out. Wheel scratch and door mirror scratch. Exterior has some paint fade, which I didn't really notice too well, but unfortunately the car is pretty dirty and it can be a little bit difficult to tell the condition of the paint when it is dirty. I feel like the paint fade might be in this area here. As you can see, it doesn't look too faded. I didn't really see anywhere that did look particularly faded, but maybe once it's clean, it might be a little bit different. And then interior is slightly dirty, and carpet has a cigarette burn. I couldn't find the carpet cigarette burn, but there are 3 on the console. Okay, paint cracks here on the front bumper. A2 here and here. A2 here, and A1 here, 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 here. Now, normally A1 isn't something to worry about, but in this one, I feel like some of those might be more like an A2. And then it says A2 on the top deck, which I actually didn't see. Where is the A2 on the top deck? Oh, the paint fade on the rear spoiler is true. I did notice that and mentioned it in the report. I don't know if they count any of that as A2, but I don't really see anything. The back bumper does have some scratches on it. But that looks more like it's on the top of the trunk. And then Y3 for tail light, it needs to be replaced, and then some scratches on the back bumper. Okay, so let's take you for a tour around it. I love this generation of Crown. I think they're one of the best looking Crowns. I think a lot of people agree. Unfortunately, they don't make a wagon of this generation. They dropped the Crown wagon in the 170 series. I think this is a 215 series or 210 series. The broken tail light is right here. It's actually quite a big chunk is missing. And then these have different taillights for the hybrid version than the standard version. The hybrid is a full clear taillight. Okay, it has the cool looking exhaust tips there. They're not real exhaust tips, they're just there for decoration. There are mufflers underneath those, but they don't actually attach to those tips in any way. Okay, I don't know so well what the fuel economy is, but this one, like the Lexuses, the hybrids were the fast ones. And so compared to other things with about 310, 320 horsepower, it's going to get better fuel economy, especially in the city. That's how a hybrid works. It really helps you in the times where a gasoline engine struggles to get good efficiency, which is mostly an acceleration from a standstill. Okay, now that we've been around the car, let me point out the little issues with it. First off, interior, mostly good. It has some cigarette burns. It doesn't really smell heavily of cigarettes, maybe a little bit. Something you can take out of the car pretty easily, I would think. Front bumper. So it's got cracks here and here, flex cracks, and then quite a few scratches like that. There's some cracks there, and then a lot of rock chips. That's not one, but here, 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 here. So somebody liked traveling too fast on the highway, which is funny. I don't know why it is, but here in Japan, the people who speed on the highway all tend to be in hybrids. Not sure what it is. They even have a name for it, Prius missile, because they tend to go well above the speed limit. Maybe it's something like, I can travel so far on my tank of gas, I'll travel whatever speed I want. Which is funny because hybrids are great in the city. On the highway, they don't actually get that much better fuel economy than a regular car. Excuse me. Coming down here, like side panels, mostly good. The scratches are the worst part. And then we have like maybe one dent on the car, which is this little guy right here. So it's not too bad. The crown is of similar quality to Lexus. Like the GS is based on the same platform as this. And so it's more like a Lexus quality vehicle. This one's the A2, which is really more like an A3. Now this one here, the last one, actually feels like a substance on there instead of a scratch. So this one might be as well. Might be able to polish whatever that substance is off. And hopefully that'll clear that up a little bit. Scratches around the back here, and several of them on the back bumper. There's this. Those aren't scratches. This one here. This one here. And then fade on this. Roof looking pretty good, but then the windshield has some issues with bubbling at the edge there and there, and there's more at that corner up there. Down this side now, we got a scratch there, and we got one there, and we got one here. And black is the easiest car color to see scratches in. Some of these again are gonna polish out because like it is paint from another car or another thing. And then scuff down here, that's what they called an A2, which is really more like an A3. Okay. And you get special things here because the vehicle's fuel efficiency. You get 4 stars and plus 25%. I really don't know what those mean, actually. Mirrors have some scuffs in them. Mostly this one here, a small one on the other side. Now to the interior. This is lucky. I don't know why this is, but you can open the trunk here, even when the battery is dead, even though it's an electric trunk. So maybe the car has some sort of a system that when the battery is down to like 10 volts, it'll pretend that it's dead so that you don't get this stuck. Most cars have a place that you can like open it up via key, but there isn't one here. Oh, there is one. There it is. But that said, oh, it's not this one. It's that crown. I just did another crown. That one's got the broken key. I was right about to mention, but it's not this one. So, yeah, if you do get it locked, then you can take the key apart and then stick the key in there. For some reason, I thought that it didn't have that. Okay, the trunk is mostly pretty good. It is missing one little push button thing there. The battery's inside here, and take a look. This battery has a little plug-in here, so you can't just use a regular battery. And that's actually kind of a Small capacity battery, just 450 cold cranking amps. Underneath here is all good and clean. No rust or anything, which is good. Let's put that in. The vehicle's going to Canada where rust is a problem, but if you import a vehicle that's 25 years old from Japan, it is very much so not going to be a problem compared to a 15-year-old vehicle that is in Canada. Okay, the doors look all nice. One thing I will mention is I find these handles to be rather on the small side. I always felt like that for this generation. Okay, this is going to bother me until I check this. I was just thinking, I said it was a 200 or 215. I think it's a 185. No, it's a 200 series. Okay. Just checking. Too many crowns, too many chassis codes in my mind. I don't understand how people know all of that right off of their top of their head. I feel like there are people who are good at memorizing things and there are people who are not. And I am in the not category. Okay, so nice leather seats here in the back. The pillow here comes out a lot, which is a little bit weird. You do have a seat there, but you open this up and has controls for the rear shade, rear AC, rear heated seats, and rear power seats, plus some radio controls. A little storage compartment with a cigarette lighter adapter inside. You also have, yes, a pass-through here, if you want. Nobody carries cigarettes. Nobody carries skis in their sedan anymore. It just doesn't happen. This is a Crown thing, but it's got seat controls here for the rear. And the vehicle inside just needs a vacuuming. It's not that dirty, just like the vacuum bits need to be removed. And then there are some impressions on the leather here that should come out over time. If you want them to go away right away, you can heat gun them. Okay, onto the driver's side here. Door card, again, pretty nice looking. Something weird going on with the power windows. I don't know exactly what it is. It might have something to do with the dead battery, because Mercedes-Benz and BMWs and Volkswagens all freak out when the batteries go dead, and Toyotas usually don't, but this one may be more similar to those ones. All of the power windows work, but the switch here, only this one works. And this one and this one and this one don't work. But it's not a locked window switch. I tried that. And so there's something weird going on with this. Plus, if this were locked, you wouldn't be able to use any of the other power windows. Okay, barely any wear on the steering wheel, which is nice. You have controls here for volume and CD track, if you want to use that. Crown Hybrid gets its own floor mats. You can see this is quite dirty and in need of a vacuum. The seats, a little bit of wear on the driver's seat, but not too much. Seats will always wear in the same location. The outside bolsters, people get in and out and slide themselves over that hump. And a little bit worn here as well. Has airbags on the side here. And then cigarette burns. Like I said, the carpets don't look like they have any cigarette burns anywhere. Just dirty. The anchor is missing there too. Oh, this is fun, look. Cool, right? I thought I saw an anchor somewhere. Okay, so cigarette burns here, here, and here. And then there's a touch screen here for AC, so if you were to take this screen out, you won't have full function of the AC. Open this up though, and you can remove that, and it is a double DIN size, so you can put a stereo in there if you wanted. Has the cigarette lighter been used? It has not. We do know it's been smoked in. Can't see those very well. There we go. Some cigarette burns there. One here, and then some of like flicking it past as somebody's, I guess, moving their hand in and out of the window. Pretty nice place to be inside here. Toyota Crowns are the flagship of Toyota and have been for years. I know there are Toyotas that are more luxurious than this. The Century. The Century, I guess, is a flagship as well, but Toyota considers this one their high-volume flagship because this one sells a heck of a lot more than the Century does. And it's easy to see why. It's very premium feeling, and good cars, known to be reliable, in my opinion, look good, look great, especially lowered with some wheels. A little bit of fade on the headlight cover there. Oh, and on this front cover with the Crown logo behind it. That's kind of a new car thing to do that, right? I don't really get it. I feel like a traditional badge is nicer. Okay, so there we have it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.